Namaste and hello, this is your Sanskrit instructor welcoming you back into video number 123, assignment number 35. Please send this assignment to mdg.sanskrit@gmail.com for credit towards the online course and for feedback. All submissions must be legibly handwritten and scanned as a PDF or sent as a picture. Your task is to translate the following Sanskrit sentences. Translate the following English sentences into Sanskrit using the table format. So you have 10 sentences in English to translate into Sanskrit. We will go over which sentences we need to translate. We will do number 1 as an example, and then you will be left to do the rest on your own. So number 1, on the order of the king, the army may set out for the village. And then number 2, if you were to rise early, you would roam along the river's bank. Number 3, people should know the modesty of the sages. Number 4, wait a moment. I just put down my book and came. Number 5, maid servants should follow the bride up to the house of her mother-in-law. Number 6, if you long for knowledge, you should dwell in a hermitage with your teacher. Number 7, you tremble out of fear of God. You should worship God out of devotion. Number 8, men live and die. Kings conquer and perish. Truth alone does not die. Number 9, like a star in the sky, like a lotus in the lake, like a flower on a creeper, the sage should live in the world for the happiness of men. Number 10, do not be angry with your friend. Anger could only be the cause of sin. So we have some very meaningful sentences to translate, and now we will go out to do the first one together. So on the order of the king, the army may set out for the village. So I already broke it up here in the table. On the order of the king, so I know order is a word. On the order, in or on, so I'm going to think right away that is locative, so that's why I broke it up that way. Of the king, I knew that's going to be genitive. The army may set out for the village. The army, there's no word for the, so I just put that together, and it seems like the army is going to be the subject of the sentence. May set out, that could be the imperative case, or actually it could be the potential, because it's showing a possibility that the army may set out for the village. And then for the village, that's going to be the ablative. The dative case. To the village would be ablative. Dative would be for the village. So on the order, that should be locative singular, and order in Sanskrit is adesha, masculine noun that ends in a, so that's going to become adeshe. And again, locative is focusing on the order. Then we have of the king, so king nripa, masculine noun that ends in a, is going to be nripasya, and of the king, genitive singular. Genitive is going to focus on of the king, and then this is going to be nripasya. Let me just put in the grammar that they're masculine nouns that end in a. Now, army is a feminine noun that ends in long u, and the army, since it's saying the army may set out for the village, the army is the subject of the sentence, so that is usually represented by the nominative case. So that's nominative singular, feminine noun that ends in long u. So the translation is going to be chamuhu, because that's nominative singular. And then may set out. So I'm going to use the potential mood for this because there's a possibility that the army may set out. It's not imperative to say, let the army set out for the village on the order of the king. It says the army may set out for the village. So we're going to use the potential mood for this. Now, if you use imperative, it could be arguable to use the imperative mood over the potential, but it's based off of your understanding of the sentence, correct? So, may set out. I was really trying to think about what is the best verb to represent the term may set out. At first I was thinking padam, and then using the word kri because the verb kri, to do, because I set foot would be padam karomi. So I was wondering if I should, since the army is setting out, if I should change karomi to kri, to third person singular for the army. But then that would be the army may set foot out to the village, for the village. So I think the verb that I'm going to use here is going to be gum, which means to go. And I'm going to want for this to be in the potential mood, third person singular. So gum, first person, to form the verbal base, first person, parasmay padi, that's going to become gach, and then the termination ending is going to be gacha. The termination ending is it, but then it automatically turns into eight after the a plus e, long e, comes together to form eight. So long termination, the termination ending is eat for third person plural, so you end up with gachet. Gachet. And then we have for the village, so grama is village. For the village would be, for the village is going to show that we need dative singular, masculine noun that ends in a. So you end up with gramaya. Now we have all of our Sanskrit words. So on the order of the king, the army may set out for the village. So we have adeshe, nripasya, chamuhu, gachet, gramaya. As you do Sanskrits for a while, pronunciation gets tricky. And now at this point, I want to put the words in the order that I desire. Before I do that, let me fix my mistake here. Gramaya. So there's no extra a there. So this is the order that I want it in. So adeshe, nripasya, chamuhu, gramaya, gachet. So the only sandhi that I'm seeing here would be that when a visarg is preceded by a vowel and followed by a consonant, then that visarg turns into an O. So our final answer would be, actually when a visarg is preceded by a vowel, any vowel except a, and then followed by a soft consonant, it should turn into a half ra. So our final answer should be, adeshe nripasya chamur gramaya gachet. Because when a visarg is preceded by any vowel except a or a and followed by a soft consonant, then that visarg becomes a half ra. So this is the final answer, and this is your Sanskrit instructor signing off with a namaste.